Okay, here's another attempt. Didn't like that video. Um, this would be a little small documentary on me becoming a mother through fostering adoption. Um, and I'll explain that. December 10th, 2014 was the beginning of this whole process. Um, I went to a class because you have to go to this information class first. And then they give you the application, which I think you can print offline, but you still have to go to the class first because they take your name and, all that stuff in the beginning of the class. You have to write, fill out some paperwork, a little paperwork with your name and all that on it. So, sorry. So, went to the class, got a lot of information about fostering and adoption. Um, got, answered, got some questions and some of my little concerns that I had answered, and learned a little bit more about the foster care system and, how the process works. I learned that because I would like to have an infant or a baby from, maybe newborn, a couple of months old or whatever. But because on the application, it asks you what age would you prefer. And I put newborn to 4 years old, 4 years old, maybe 5, but 4 years old, and a girl preferably. I did put boy on there, male, but I circled girl because I do want a little girl. I would rather have a little girl than a boy because I know what to do with one. Um, you know. Um, what else? I also learned that, which I didn't really care for, that fostering. I knew that foster parents, did receive a check for the child, but don't really. But I didn't know that as an adopted parent that you will still receive a monthly stipend, I guess. Up until the child turns 18, then the child can go to a free, go to college free, go to school free in in the state of Texas, as long as it's not a private institution. So I mean that bit of information was pretty, good to know. I'm not too concerned about, of course, not about the money, but anyway. Now, after you submit your application, you send it in, via you can scan it and send it into the lady's email, which is the caseworker. Her name is Michelle, or you can send it off, in the mail. And I kind of did both because I was kind of, just a little anxious to get the whole thing started. So I was informed in the class that it's going to take about 3 weeks or so before, you hear back from the lady, and she gathers the other information from you that you could not fill out on the application, which was your social security number and your references, their addresses, their telephone numbers. So, and after that, they go ahead and do the background check. And once they get the background check back, then they do a home study, come out and, visit your home. They will inspect your home. Also, they will get into your life and ask you all sort of personal questions. And I'm told they even do ask you about your sexual life. But after all that is said and done, you take your classes and you complete the 40 hours. The classes are either, Monday through Friday, sometime during the weekday, I think, or on Saturdays. Now, depending on how late the classes are through the week, I probably could go through in a week, but I probably would try to go on Saturdays Hopefully, if it's after a certain time, because I have my AMP2 lab that starts on the 30th of January and it goes from 9 a.m. to 12. So, yeah, after that I could probably go. But after you do all that, after you complete that step of going to the classes, then you would get your I think they do a final interview, and then you get your foster adopt application, and then you'll be ready to receive a foster child that you can potentially adopt. If you can bond with them and things like that. So, but that was one of the things that I kind of worried about, me bonding with the child, or the child bonding with me, being that what they might have went through, or been taken away from, and then also what they probably have gone through in the foster care system, because, some foster parents are actually worse than the people that they took them from. But, the application asked if you wanted a child with any physical disabilities, mental disabilities, and I put no. It asks you, did you want a child that has been through a neglectful situation? I put yes to that. It asks you if you want a child that's been born addicted to drugs. I put no. And there was another one about sexual abuse, and I just left that one. I didn't know how to, I don't know. I didn't want to say no, and I didn't, because I didn't want to be like, I don't know. I just don't know how how I would deal with knowing that this little 2, 3, 4-year-old has been sexually abused. And how do you, to me, I think that would be kind of hard. How do you, it's constant. I think for them, it'd be a constant mode of reassurance to them. You have to continually reassure them that you're not here to hurt them, and that you're here to love them, and just, I don't even know if you can hold, it's just weird. I don't know. So that is that, and I'm sitting here at home, this cold and rainy Sunday, and I decided to go ahead and do this. So I don't know how long it's going to be before I do my next little update. Maybe I'll try to do these every couple of weeks, or just whenever I hear, get some information. Maybe when this lady contacts me, I called her twice and left a message, for her to let, to see how much longer would it be before I could go ahead and do my, she can get the information, do my background check. But hadn't heard back from her. It's getting a little dark for some reason. There you go. Hadn't heard back from her, so I'm waiting on that. Ugh. So I'm waiting on that, and we shall see. But I can't wait to be a mother, and to my child that I may have, been praying for you, been wanting you, and I'm going to do the very best that I can to be the very best mother that I can be to you. I'm with God's help and His guidance. I know that I can be a wonderful mother, and to help mold you into the person that you are to become, a productive, person, a woman, young woman. So, but I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to know your name. I can't wait to hold you in my arms and to know that you are mine. So, that is it. Bye.